And Stella just wants to eat it. Look at this. Look. Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto, the Lucky Ferals. It's 7:30 a.m. and here's Splash on his favorite chair. Here's Stella and Simba. And there's Boo. He's been sleeping on this blanket on the day sofa. Of course he moves when I put the camera on him. Boo, you don't have to move when you see me, okay? When he sees me, he always wants to walk up to me and greet me. Good morning, Boo. Good morning, Boo. I have to get out of here in less than an hour, so I need to get moving. It's about 2:15 p.m. right now. I just got back from shopping. I left the house a little bit after 8, so I was gone for about 6 hours, but I got so much stuff done. This is one of the things that I got at Marshall's. It was $12.99, so this is a great deal. These are extra large cardboard scratchers. These are Christmas themed. The cats are using the Halloween themed ones, and they've just about scratched through both sides of them. So I was really happy to get these and get them new scratchers. This is the kind that I'm referring to. They're all cardboard. They come with some catnip, and I'm gonna give these to the cats in a few days. Right now I'm gonna put these in the closet in Boo's room just so no one gets into them. And then I'll give everyone the new scratchers. There's 3 here, so there's enough for upstairs, for downstairs, and then I'll put one away for when these wear out. But for $13 to get 3 of these, that's a great deal. Anytime I see a scratcher that is this size for $5 or less, I think that's a good deal. Because sometimes you'll see one of these cardboard scratchers, like just one, for the price that I just paid for 3. So it's a great deal at Marshall's right now. It's about 9:30 p.m. and I forgot to film this, but I purchased this at Whole Foods yesterday. I found out that they carry this, and they also carry ground bison in their freezer section. And I decided to buy it to see if the cats would like it. I figured it would be a different type of protein for them. And they've had venison in the past when I used to get the primal raw venison nuggets for cats, but they haven't had that in years. The Lucky 7 never had that. That was when I used to go to Pet Value, and they went out of business so many years ago. They went out of business before COVID, I want to say in like 2018 or 2019. So that's how long it's been since the cats had venison. I bought this, it's 14 ounces, and I figured I would mix in the chicken necks that I normally mix into their meals. So I mixed in 4 ounces of ground chicken necks and then 3 ounces of ground organ meats, which is chicken liver and chicken heart. And then I added supplements and I made homemade raw food for them. Stella and Simba devoured it. That was Stella's plate and this was Simba's plate. After he ate, I put a few extra crunchies on there for Stella, but she doesn't want them. Instead, she's finishing whatever was left on Boo's plate. So Boo only ate the crunchies that I put on his plate at first. And then what I had to do is I had to mix some additional warm water into the raw food. Then he ate the raw food. So I don't know if it's a texture thing with Boo, but he liked it when it was soupier. He ate the vast majority of it. There was maybe like a teaspoon left on this plate, but Stella seems to really enjoy it, so that's why she was finishing it. Now she's finishing the crunchies that were on Simba's plate. Do you see what I say when Stella will just eat any food that's left on any plate? So this venison costs $12.99 for that package, which is more than I usually like to pay when I'm buying some form of protein for the cat's raw food. But if I put this like on a meal plan for them so they have it maybe once every 2 weeks, something like that, then I don't think it's bad, because as long as I balance it out with the more reasonably priced meats, then I think that's okay. The ground bison was the same exact size, 14 ounces, and it was the same price, $12.99. So I'll see how they like that. And obviously in nature, cats are not going to be hunting a deer and they're not going to be hunting bison, but they're not going to be hunting cows either. And when I bought them the ground mice to try, that's when I realized that ground mice are so similar to ground beef. Ground mice look like ground beef. They kind of smell like ground beef. They just have a more pungent smell than ground beef does. And just in general, I was really surprised at how similar ground up mice are to ground beef. So that's when I started giving the cats ground beef like once a week or so, and they have really enjoyed it. So even though cats are not going to hunt cows in the wild, because beef is so similar to mouse meat, that was the reasoning behind it. Also, the venison seems to be similar to mouse meat. And yes, I could continue to buy them ground mice. You could buy it online. The problem that I have with that is it makes me want to vomit. Like, the smell just is pretty bad. And the cats themselves really did not enjoy it that much. I remember thinking, oh, the cats are going to be so excited because I got them some ground mice. And a lot of them did not even want to eat it. So that was really kind of disappointing because I spent all the money on it and just eye-opening at the same time. I just gave Splash his food. Do you see what Stella's doing? This is why Stella has to be put into Boo's room or my room with the door shut if one of the other cats is trying to eat food sometimes. She's so mad right now because she wants to eat Splash's food. And it's new for Splash, so he was afraid of it. Because whenever Splash gets new food, he's afraid of it, unless he's had it before. So now he's eating it, and Stella just wants to eat it. Look at this. Look. Stella, you had yours, and you had part of Boo's, okay? This is not for you. You had yours, okay? I know you like it. We could have it again soon, okay? Maybe we'll have it next week, okay? All right, Stella? You okay? So far, all 4 cats who've had the venison really enjoy it. Look at that. Splash finishes like right away. Good job, Splash. Let's take a look at what's going on down here. So Richard is eating, Ziggy's eating, Goldie's eating, Nancy's eating, Sammy's eating, little Eva's eating, and Ringo's walking around. Go get your plate, Ringo. So it seems that all of the cats really like this food. Now Ringo's eating. He's looking around. Yep, he's eating also. I had no idea cats like venison this much. If I remember correctly, it was the number 2 favorite flavor behind rabbit when I used to get the primal raw nuggets. None of the stores around here sell primal nuggets for cats except for one, and they only ever carry the same 2 flavors. So that's a shame, but now that I know I could get this at Whole Foods, then I could do that. They also opened a new store not too far away. I think it's called Wild Fork. It's supposed to have like all kinds of exotic meats and stuff. I'm not really a fan of stores like that, and I'm not even too crazy about having to buy this ground venison, because if you think about it, you know, someone's farming deer, so they're growing a bunch of deer and then they're killing all of them. So I'm not a fan of that, but cats are obligate carnivores and they do require a meat-based diet, so that's why I'm buying it. If I didn't have cats, I would not be buying it. I just scraped out the bowl, and each cat got like a little teaspoon full of what's left, along with some crunchies. Boo is eating the venison instead of the crunchies. And I did not put any extra water into it for him. So I know he can eat it if he wants to. But what I realized today was, so I was thinking, so I was in my car, I was running errands, and all of a sudden, it was like Boo was talking to me, and he told me that he spent so many weeks on soft cat food without any crunchies at all, that he's making up for all of that lost time, and then some. That's why he only wants to eat crunchies now. Although we did see him eat the venison, he has been eating some of the canned food. But the majority of all he wants to eat is crunchies. And the reason why is because when he was having his teeth issues, he was not eating any crunchies at all. He was only on soft food for about 4 weeks. So now he says he has to make up for all that lost time. I just did some quick math to figure out like how much it costs to make this meal. So it cost about $15.50 to make this meal for 11 cats. And if I divide $15.50 by 11, that comes to $1.41 per cat. So if I was buying a 3-ounce can of cat food, because that's roughly the serving size that the cats get, I would be paying $1.41 per can for that. So the price of this meal being completely homemade is comparable to some of the higher end cat foods that are sold on the market today. It's about 9:30 p.m. and here's Simba. And I was just downstairs feeding the Lucky 7. Today, the OG4 had Tiki Cat sardines, and then they also had Wholehearted salmon pate for seniors, because that one does not have the vegetable oil in it. Well, I go downstairs, and the downstairs cats had the Tiki Cat sardines, and they also had some turkey friskies, and then they had some Nature's Promise. I think it was like salmon shred, something like that. And both of the cats had a little bit of crunchies. I just came upstairs, and someone vomited all over the play rug in this room, like in 6 different areas. And I looked at the security camera footage, and it was Simba. And he was basically moving around while he was vomiting. That's why it was in so many places. And to me, it looked like he gorged himself on all the food, because we know how much Simba likes fish. And this is what I get for not watching them eat their food. But I figured, well, they all look like they were eating at the same pace. And if they're all eating at the same pace, then usually they're not going to eat each other's food. But if like some are eating fast, some are eating slow, then usually someone will eat someone else's food. But I made the mistake of thinking they were all eating at the same pace. So I started cleaning up this rug, but I've just made the decision that I am going to get rid of it. I looked in my storage room downstairs, and I have 3 more of these. So these are the rugs that I was buying at the Christmas tree shop, like when they were going out of business, because that's where I always got the rugs for the cats, because they had like great deals. I think this rug is like 5 by 7, and I used to get them for like $15. So that was like super cheap. I'm going to roll this up, wrap it up with some packing tape so it just stays in a roll, take this outside, and put it aside for rubbish day when the town will come and pick it up. And then I'm just going to leave this area without a rug for now. And then over the next few days, I'll probably put a new rug up here, because I do have 3 extras. I'd like to give a shout out to Abril and CR Barboni. Thank you so much for your patronage this month and your generous support. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.